Hello, everyone. I'm Meenakshi Upadhyay Sharma, and welcome to the Verbal Teacup. And we start today with a few concepts. So, philosophical, not just philosophical concepts, actually, concept of language. And language is the art of persuasion. And when you talk about persuasion, you can't start without rhetoric. And what is rhetoric? So, rhetoric is basically the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, and especially when you exploit the figures of speech, etc., and other techniques of grammar and language to prove your point, the art of argumentation to prove your point. And this was started by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who was also called as the father of Western philosophy and whatnot. And more than 2000 years ago, he talked about how to master the art of persuasion, and that is rhetoric. So, rhetoric is what you see the lawyer doing in the court when he's trying to persuade the jury, the judge, and other people that the criminal should be convicted. Rhetoric is what his opponent is trying to also use when he's using the art of persuasion to show that his client is not guilty. Rhetoric is sometimes what a small child uses to convince the parents to buy him a new toy or chocolate or toffee, and rhetoric is what the parent uses to stop the child. So, rhetoric has been a part of our lives, knowingly or unknowingly. But we somewhere did not understand what it is. And it became a deadly kind of a concept and this scary word. So, the word actually is not scary. Let's see how. And actually, I'm also using rhetoric to show how rhetoric is not difficult. Okay. So, Aristotle used a lot of techniques, and in those techniques, and that time public speaking was important. The Greek philosopher he was, and he was obviously a disciple of Plato. So he used a technique in which he talked about rhetoric appealing mainly to emotions, but also in some cases to shared values or logic also. And in that, he uses a triangle of three pointers: logos, that is logic; ethos, that is credibility; and pathos, that is empathy. So let us start with ethos, that is credibility or character, coming from the word ethics. Ethics, morality, good, bad, right, wrong, are all part of ethics. So ethos, credibility. So if you're trying to sell something, now you have to shape your product or the product's personality so that the users can build a character around your product. And it has a personality, it has credibility, then only they are going to buy it, right? So that is the ethos used in rhetoric. Then logic or reason, that is logos. Without reason, without practicality, why should somebody use your product or service when there are so many out there? Right? So there has to be some logic, some practicality, some reason, and that is the use of logos in rhetoric. And the third word, pathos, that is empathy, feeling, emotions, etc. So again, feelings and emotions rule our decisions, and people are moved by the way how something makes them feel. And if your product, if your service touches their life, touches their minds, touches their emotions, they are most likely to recommend it and use it for themselves. So logos, pathos, and of course, ethos. These were the three forms of uh, dialogues that were used in rhetoric and the tools that were used in rhetoric. And last but not the least, he also pointed out that brevity means to the point. If you're too long and very confusing, then your audience might not connect to you. So brevity, or the exact point of what you're trying to tell them, is also very, very important in rhetoric. And keeping that in mind, let me use brevity here and put a stop to the video right now so that I don't lose your attention and you don't lose on rhetoric. and many other pointers and many other, concepts that we are going to be doing in the verbal teacup. Please don't forget, mind you, don't forget to press the like and the subscribe if you find it worth the while, of course. Thank you very much. And I'll see you very soon with a new concept and something fun.